Was it really all a dream? And how much was a dream? Friday the 13th Part 2. We're going to talk about it in just a second. I'm bshowbrian. Welcome to the channel. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like my videos. And hey, we're going to talk about some Friday the 13th here today because it's warm. Summer's coming. Spring is in swing, as they say. Kids are going back to summer camp, so it had me thinking about Friday the 13th. Recently, I was reading Sackhead, the definitive retrospective on Friday the 13th Part 2 by R.G. Henning. You can find this on Amazon. I definitely suggest it for any fan of the franchise. It is a mix of Crystal Lake Memories style interviews and a deep dive with some editorialization mixed in there. And one of the things that Henning posits is the whole finale with Ginny was a dream. All the way from the Packanack Lodge where her and Paul first encountered Jason and she screams out, "There's someone in the fucking room!" For the end of that onto her being carted into the ambulance was a dream or a hallucination. Now, to me, that makes zero sense. You know, Alice fought back against Mama Voorhees, but Ginny was the first one to really put up a good fight against Jason in his freshman outing. And I think Ginny is seen in high regard as far as final girls are concerned because she was the first and because this was Jason's first foray. And not only did she fight back against him, but she buried a machete in his shoulder and lived to tell the tale and unmasked him. It was a heroic stand for her. This would undo all of that. I mean, if that's the case, then what, was she just running around in the dark in the woods and passes out because of exhaustion, and you got Jason like chasing after her and he just gives up? Or as they suggest in the book, maybe they were looking for the cop, Officer Winslow I think his name is, and due to their investigation the cops find her and Jason just scampers off somewhere. That's pretty anticlimactic, isn't it? And now backing up this claim is a citation for the book Crystal Lake Memories, an interview with Ron Kurtz, who wrote the movie. And Ron Kurtz says Paul's dead. It's a dream. Which, if you take that into account, that means that whole ending is undone. And is Ginny really the hero? Did she really have this last stand against Jason? So not only does it make Ginny look weak, but it doesn't make sense to use it as the central opening to Part 2. That would be like saying Alice never killed Pamela. Does that really make that much sense? I don't think so. Another big issue I have with this suggestion is in the finale when she's in Chez Jason, the shack that Jason built, with the mummified head of Mama Voorhees. You see on the ground different victims of Jason. If you pause it when you see the altar first laid out and people that are laying on the ground there, you can see Alice's decomposed body with the ice pick in the head. I mean, she was told by Paul the survivor was tracked down by Jason, sometime later and was killed, that there were really no survivors of the first murder. But how does she know there's an ice pick in her head? That doesn't make sense. How would she know Officer Winslow's there? That doesn't make sense. This whole thing doesn't make sense. And I think if the theory is true, the whole ending doesn't make sense. No machete in the shoulder, no putting the sweater on and pretending to be Mama Voorhees, all of that great ending, that classic ending, never happened? What does he do, trip on a fucking tree root and hit his head? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not buying. I think it's a great book. I suggest, any fan of the franchise pick it up because there's some interviews in there that you may not have seen before. There is some cool editorialization, almost a fan fiction of sorts in some ways. But I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it. And I know supposedly Ron Kurtz had said that Paul's dead. And then that offers another issue because if the ending with Ginny did happen in Jason's shack, but Paul is confirmed dead back at Packanack, then how is Paul there? Unless she, yeah, see, just making my head spin. I don't know. I don't get it. It's a really weird thing that I picked up from reading this book. And I'm sure there's more in there. I haven't read the whole thing yet. But as a fan of the Friday the 13th franchise for the better part of my life now, it really surprised me because, yes, obviously we know that the franchise is rich with hallucinations and dream sequences and fake outs. But I don't know if I'm buying the fact that the whole ending to Friday the 13th Part 2 didn't happen. I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch for me. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm bshowbrian. Thank you for checking out another one of my videos. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that heavy horseshit that YouTubers ask you to do, because it does matter. And I'll see you next time.